Good morning, peeps. We are back again. Day 23, relationships with money. Big one today. I know a lot of people have questions about this, want to build better, stronger relationships with money, want to earn more of it, invest it wisely, keep more of it. And I just felt like this was a really, really good topic of conversation to have. So I wanted to have it. So the prompt today is, what's my relationship with money? And the three components: making it, keeping it, and investing it. And then where do I want to focus my energy moving forward? Which of those three places do I want to invest my energy so that I can earn more of it, save more of it, invest more of it, whatever. So for me, my relationship with money is the best it's ever been. I feel abundant, truly abundant. It's hard to describe the feeling, but it just feels in my stomach really like blissful. It feels blissful. That's the best way I could describe it. It's powerful. Whoa. I feel abundant. Money comes in through work I am truly proud of. Man, that's the best damn line of this whole thing. Money comes in through work I am truly proud of. I've done work that I am proud of and work I'm not proud of. Making money doing work I'm proud of is about, 10 billion times greater and more fun and feels better and amplifies and grows and all the things. Money is saved and held until I deem it time to spend or invest. And that's the relationship. And that relationship feels whole. It feels whole right now. My relationship with money feels whole. It feels really good. It feels like the light on my skin right here. Just like nice. Looks good. Feels good. Making money, we'll start with this first one. Making money is something I learned as a teen. I wanted things like video games. And eventually my parents, specifically my mom, who I want to give a lot of credit to, she rejected me so hard so many times, stopped giving me money for that. She rejected me a lot. She told me no a lot, and it forced me to have to make different decisions. So I found my own ways, working around the neighborhood for cash, selling weed, which is not my greatest achievement in life, I must say. But I did learn a lot from that experience, and overall I'd say marijuana opened my mind to a degree. It also at times, there was a season in college where I felt very addicted and enslaved to it, so that's another conversation maybe for a different video. But it was part of my life, so it's important to note. Lifeguarding in the summers, I just made a way for myself, and that's a common theme that I find in my life, is if I can't if I'm not getting the answers, I will just figure them out. And I think that's a really important trait to have in life, is like being resourceful, figuring things out, putting the puzzle pieces together, and pioneering a route through the thicket, through the shrub, through the growth, etc. Looking back, learning how to make money stems from a place of rejection, which I've never really considered that much, but that's the truth for me. It comes from rejection from my mom and from my dad. My dad was way more lenient. He would give me money because he just wanted me to shut up. And I just complained until I finally got what I wanted. My mom was so much more ruthless. She was like, now you're gonna learn how to save money, and you're gonna learn how to work, because I worked when I was whatever. I'm like, fuck. It was great. Anyway, since then I have retaught myself that making it has more to do with having something useful and helpful and genuinely wanting to match it with someone who is in need of it. I'm going to say that again. It started, and this is important for all of you, this may make a lot of sense, like understanding the origin of your grind. Like, when did you really start to develop a relationship with money and feel like you had one? Because if you can go back, you might understand something new about yourself. I just did for me. Money started for me from making money, learning how, started from a place of rejection. Like, I don't have it, I am in desire, I want it, I need to go get it, I need to figure out how to get it, I want. It was a very I need to have. Thus, my attachment to it was very strong. I need to keep it, It's mine, right? I've retaught myself that making it has far more to do with having something useful and helpful and genuinely wanting to match it with someone who is in need of it. I would argue that I like making money, but I love serving people. I like making money. It feels good when feels really good when people send me money. Like, it feels amazing. But when I watch someone go through transformation, I feel like my life purpose is fulfilled instantly. It's a completely different ball game. So that awareness of learning that having something useful or helpful or being myself, whatever my talent is, and sharing that with someone who really needs it is like the ultimate way to earn money. Like, nothing feels better. And this truth has made me a lot of money and will continue to make me a lot of money. And I learned that, and I would say I learned that from a guy named Zig Ziglar. When I would be on, when we had a landscaping company, me and my oldest friend back in the day, we would drive the zero-turn mowers around, and I wouldn't always get to do it. That was mostly his job. I was a weed whacker. But when I would do it, I would put on Zig Ziglar audios when I was like, I don't know, 19, 20 years old. And I'd listen to him talk about sales. And he's like, he always said, if you help enough people get what they really want, you'll definitely get what you really want. That's kind of how he sounded. And I was just like, damn, that's true. Like, why don't I do that? Thus, now I'm a coach and I help people get back to themselves and feel homey and feel that blissful state I was talking about. And I get to earn money from that. It just feels like such a blessing. And man, that feels good. And like I said, it feels so much, like helping them feels infinitely better than earning. So yeah, that's my relationship with making it. It's me sharing my usefulness and helpfulness with other people and them paying me in return. And everybody wins because they stored that energy to invest it into themselves. And I'm offering them a space to receive the best investment they can ever have, which is a connection and a deep relationship with who they are. It's beautiful. Yeah, it feels so good to say. I'm getting hyped up, waking up in this little forest area. The second component is holding it. As a kid, my mom harped on saving money. Save, 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 save. It was easy. It was as easy as Monopoly money to count it going up and down. It was also easy to save, and my parents helped me and paid for basically my entire life, which I'm super fortunate for. I have been very fortunate. As I have grown, I have always held some of everything I earn and will always continue to practice, continue that practice so I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. I was like not the biggest saver, but I was a saver. I was a risk taker, but I always made sure that I had enough to cover whatever I needed, and if I made a few mistakes. And I think that's been like probably one of my main like default states for a really long time, is like I always make sure I have what I have to covered, and then a couple contingencies, not infinite, a couple, just to make sure that if worst comes to worst, I'm here. That way I feel a lot more confident to be a lot more risk, like have a higher risk tolerance on the front end, so I can move in places I want to move or get involved in things I want to get involved in. So yeah, holding it has been something that I haven't had a hard time doing. It's been not difficult for me. And again, I think that's my mom just in my ear like crazy. And also just the genuine awareness that like when I don't have enough, I'm in a stressful state, and I don't like being stressful. It's the worst. It ages me. I want to stay handsome and young and healthy, mostly. So anyway, take that for what you will. Investing it. I learned about, this is actually probably the most important of the three because of the timing that I learned this and how I learned and where I learned. I learned about investing before I knew about investing. When I was buying weed, I figured out I could get it cheaper if I got more at once. So when I bought from my guy, whoever it was, I don't remember, I saved, then invested into more. By the way, I don't condone this. There are so many amazing things to sell. I don't recommend being a drug dealer. I really don't. There's so many, now there's more than ever. There's infinite ways you can earn money doing like good things. Don't do that. Not that I think marijuana is bad. I actually don't. I think it's fine. And I think it's opened my mind a ton and increased my awareness, to be honest with you, of myself. But I do think that most people do not know how to have a healthy relationship with it. So it ends up becoming a crutch. They end up becoming a slave. I've been there before, and it's not healthy. And that can be really, really, really detrimental to growth and development. And now in my life, I haven't smoked, in probably a couple of years. I do it once in a blue moon, and it's fine. Yeah, I don't recommend going down that path. Yeah. Anyways, when I bought it, I got more for cheaper. I made a bigger investment and started seeing return. So I will say this, like selling weed taught me the basics of business very quickly because it just made sense. Like if I can get more for cheaper than I would get what I'm getting now, why not save a little bit more from this next amount that I earn and then reinvest it, and then I'll have a bigger slice of the next pie. And that's something that I've always kept in mind, and it makes sense to me. Okay, this is the biggest part of this whole prompt. Then I invested into knowledge and awareness. I bought and read the Steve Jobs biography, and it opened my mind to infinite possibilities. That book may have been the best investment I ever make. After that, I discovered Buffett and Warren Buffett and learned to study. Not Jimmy Buffett, Warren Buffett, but I did like Jimmy Buffett. After that, I discovered Buffett and learned and studied and applied myself to understand where I could get the best returns for my risk tolerance and time preference. Making, holding, investing, 3 heads of money to master, 3 heads of stored energy to wield. That sounds like a Lord of the Rings line. That's good. I'm going to keep that. But yeah, I think that investing into my knowledge and awareness was the best investment I'll ever make. I mean, being an 18-year-old kid and reading Steve Jobs say that you can do anything you want, be anything you want, build anything you want, and no one can tell you no. That was all the permission I needed to be like, I can do this, I can do that. And I will say that helped, that gave me the confidence and courage to break rules. And breaking rules has led me to a lot of new places. Quote, restricted areas a lot of times are places for me to pioneer new paths forward that I'm just gonna make safe over time. And for whatever reason, I don't mind doing that. That feels good to me, it feels comfortable to me, it makes sense to me. I trust myself a lot, and I know that I know that I'm being led in specific places, and that feels really, really good. So yeah, that investing one is just gigantic. And I'll say it one more time, making, holding, investing, 3 heads of money to master, 3 heads of stored energy to wield. Stored energy, to me, money is just stored energy. I work, and then I receive this thing that has a value via energy that I put in. So I want to learn how to be really good with that. I recommend learning about how you operate with each of these components of money. And for me, moving forward, because I want to also say, you know, which one do I want to focus on moving forward the most right now in my life? For me, moving forward, I am focused on investing more and more wisely. I have big visions, and I'm going to need to invest accordingly. All of this to say, when I did it, that's not what I said. All of this to say, when I die, I can't take it with me, but hopefully I've invested my wealth into meaningful creations that make the world a better place. I think as I've grown and I've learned that I don't need a lot of things to make me happy. My joy in the last 5, 6, 7 years has not come from having a lot of money. It's come from getting to know myself on a deep level, spending time in the sauce, going on adventures, making incredible memories, spending time with my absolutely lovely girlfriend and my family and my friends, and making new friends, learning about cultures, traveling, connecting. Like, that is infinitely more valuable to me than just having money will ever be. With that said, I also know, and I feel that I feel best when I give back, and giving back to me is like me serving with my talent. Like when I coach people, when I'm in the sauce with them, when I'm at retreat with them, when I'm making these videos, it feels so amazing to share my wisdom, my knowledge, my information, what I know, what I've learned, how I can help, and that's worth it all. Like that to me is infinitely more valuable. So it's a combination of like, I want to earn a lot because I want to build a lot of really cool things, and I want to spend it on really cool experiences for other people too, because then everybody wins. Like, I get a lot of joy from watching other people feel better and grow and expand, and that's why I do the work that I do, because I genuinely enjoy it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Invest my wealth into meaningful creations that make the world a better place. So I'm super curious as to what yours are. Today's a little longer video. I kind of shared a lot of anecdotes, but I think it's important for me to do that with these reflections. And to be honest with you, as I reflect in my own journey, like, this is the kind of conversation that I would have with myself if I was journaling. I would go into depth on these things because it helps me to better understand myself and see myself from a much more objective perspective. And that helps me take away the judgment of how I might view myself or where I might be versus where I want to be, and just focus on, like, what's the truth of it. The truth is I'm getting better in all these categories. The truth is I genuinely have something to offer the world that it wants from me, and that relationship is healthy and prosperous and abundant. And because of that, so too will I be abundant in all these other areas. And that's a healthy life for me. So wishing you all an incredible day. Presence, peace, and power be with you. Abundance be with you. Legends find a way. Day 23. Make it really sit with these components of money making, saving, you could say, keeping and investing, and learn them about yourself, and then expand and grow. Peace, people.